Learn how to rotate a bar chart to make it horizontal by swapping the data axis and updating the orientation parameter. In this lesson, we want to look at how you can create horizontal bar charts using the same plotly.js library. And that is because sometimes your category label, for example, maybe your country name or long sentences, get crowded or cut off when skewed side by side along the bottom of a vertical chart. Rotating your chart where your chart horizontally is the perfect solution. And so in plotly.js, you can turn a chart on its side, and it is incredibly simple by just swapping your data array. So your number go along the horizontal x-axis, and then your category sits comfortably on the vertical y-axis, and then you tell the library to render the bars horizontally. So let's quickly take a look at an example of this. So in my HTML section, and here I quickly want to add a div with an ID of, say, maybe my plot. You can give it any name of choice. And I want to add style. And the style is going to be width, should be 100%. Also want to add max width and put it at a value of like 700 pixels. So that's just what I want to add inside my HTML part. So let's move into the script tag. And inside the script tag, let's add data that will be on both sides. So it's definitely going to be an array, and we can first add numbers. 67, 43. I'm just picking random numbers. You can do the same thing. And cost y array should be equals to the name of the country. So now I have my arrays which contain the list of countries as well as the corresponding data in the X array. So now let's add property to it, making another variable, and let's call it data. And this is going to be an array, and inside it we're going to add property. So to add property, we turn that into an object. X array, y array. Then I want to add type, bar charts. I also want to add orientation, v. No, this time I want to add an H as orientation and not v. And then marker, which is going to represent color. So let me just add color using RGB. So 255.0.6. And now I can move on and add a layout. And that layout is going to contain my title. World fastest developer countries. So you can give your title anything. Now that you have added, so just call on the library plotly.new plots, and then you pass in all the information that you have. So pass in my plot, and where's my plot coming from? If you look closely, well, it is referring to this ID here. Then what else? Pass the data, which contains our property. And lastly, I want it to contain the layout. Pass in the layout. And then you should have your horizontal bar chart. You can see it, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, and Senegal. So you can see the data, you can hover on it, you can download it, you can zoom in if you want. You can zoom in you can pan, box select, lasso select, zoom in. Can you see this? Then you can zoom out. You can auto scale. You can reset axis. You can toggle spike line. So many things that you can do. So this has proven to us that this map is more interactive than a static map because of other things that you can actually do with what we have. You can see produce it Plotly. So this is the Plotly logo map. But look at how clean and how easy it is. It is incredibly simple to just create an horizontal bar chart with this Plotly .js library. So if you have data with longer name, you can see it can easily go here without having to get cut off if you put it under your map. So here are a few key takeaways from this lesson. Number one, to go horizontal, numbers must map to the x-axis and categories or labels must map to the y-axis. Number two, always pair your flipped axis with the orientation H configuration rule. You can see that our orientation here is H. Assuming we use V, let's see what is going to happen if we change it to V. Now look at the difference. So this is free, but when you want to make an horizontal bar, always ensure that the orientation is H, which matches its configuration rule. And lastly, default value in an RGBA, which is 0.6 here, allow you to easily control transparency. 0.00 is completely invisible and 1.0 is completely solid. So if you change this to 00, you will see invisible. Everything will disappear. And if you change it to 1.0, which is the highest, then it should be very thick. Look at how bold and bright this is right now. So this web page loads the Plotly library and display horizontal bar chart that is representing world fastest developer countries, which is the title that we gave to our chart. And instead of vertical bars, the page display, a very old horizontal bar extending from left to right, making the country names on the left very easy to read. And with what we have, even if we have a country with a longer name, making it into an horizontal format like this will make it easier in order to be able to read the name of that country, regardless of how long or, how many are the characters of such country name. You can see that making it solid with 1.0 makes this to be very, very good. And if you want to change any other thing, you can as well change the other values and see if there's going to be any other changes. So if you basically make this one 1, 2, so what do you think is happening? So you can see that there's a bold increment in the display of each of the numbers on the x and the y axis as well. So this is how you create horizontal bar chart. It's Plotly.js library.